You know what I look like? I look like one of those guys from March of the Wooden Soldiers just holding this wrapping paper like that. That's another Christmas classic that doesn't, in my mind, get really too much recognition by anybody. That and the Nutcracker. Great play. But we're not here to talk about March of the Wooden Soldiers, or the Nutcracker, or the Polar Express, or Charlie Brown's Christmas Eve, or the Muppets Christmas Carol, or A Christmas Carol that starred Jim Carrey. Great remake. But we're here to talk about a gem that a lot of people seem to really like. They either like the film, they don't like it, they find it to be extremely overrated because of the way that it was played on Turner Broadcasting Networks, TBS, or TNT, or NBC, or whatever channels that is provided on your local stations, or if you just want to put it to videotape in your VHS player and just rewind the damn thing back on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or the day after. Hell, it's a marathon, 24 hours a day, watching A Christmas Story. There's some people who got sick of the movie just after 5 minutes, and there's some people who ended up loving it after just 5 minutes. But then afterwards, the people who don't like it, the reason why they say so is because of the repetition. Repeated over and over again, from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s to the 2010s, whatever, and so on and so forth into the infinity and beyond, talking about Christmas Story. But this movie, ladies and gentlemen, for the people that don't like it, then you don't have to watch this tape. For the people who do like it, then maybe you should. Hell, even for the people who don't like it, if you want to watch it, go right ahead. I don't give a shit. What matters most is that you're going to hear my little thought about this film. But what's there to say about A Christmas Story? At least from my mind, at least when I sit down in front of the television and watching it, just minding my own business, I see a lot of different things going on. I'm not even going to bother going in a chronological order. I'm just going to say a lot of stuff. You got the Red Ryder BB gun, something that Ralphie always wanted. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. That's what Santa Claus wanted them, your parents, friends, whomever. Teacher, he's been fairly warned about this air rifle that he wants. The Red Ryder air rifle. Did I say BB gun? I meant Red Ryder air rifle. An over-obsessive father who wants to win contests all the time ends up getting an ultimate prize, an ultimate warrior prize known as a leg lamp. Having your perfect Christmas dinner, your feast, your meal, everything all displayed nicely with your turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, carrots, beets, yams, stuffing, the buttermilk biscuits that are also good, the pumpkin, cherry, rhubarb, I don't know, whatever pies you like, cream pies, I don't know, pudding pies, whatever pies that were displayed on the table, ended up being sadly ruined by the dogs because they took it all and thus resulted to them going to a Chinese restaurant and eating their dinner there. How sad. Or little Ralphie's just minding his own business while he's sitting at the dinner table in his little desk. Or if he's just walking around having his ultimate fantasies that he would love to come true thanks to the narrator going over the explicit detail about everything that Ralphie wants for him to succeed to make it the best Christmas ever. Wanting a triple plus A plus on your report card or your exam or just in school in general, but on having the best report ever about what you did over your Christmas break. That's what Ralphie wanted. Getting the teachers praised, getting all his friends praised. Oh, ultimate fantasy. Going off, fighting against your bullies, swearing your goddamn ass off, just punching him in the face after the way he was mocking you for so long, knocking your glasses off. I'd be crying too if some idiot was mocking me saying, "Oh, you gonna cry now? Go on, cry for me." I'd fucking lose my shit too. Thank God I'm on pills to control that. Ralphie said the ultimate F-bomb in front of his dad when they were changing the tire. Oh, fudge. That's that. Father got pissed. Mother got pissed. The bar soap had to go into his mouth. And Ralphie couldn't think of exactly what to do, how he heard the word, and he blamed it on Schwartz. But Schwartz did have a bit of a foul mouth in the movie, but Schwartz ended up getting his ass beat. Poor Flick was triple dog dead to stick his tongue to the freezing ice bowl to see if the myth is true or not, and thus resulted to the poor kid getting his, well, you get the idea. Going to see Santa Claus, meeting a kid who loves Wizard of Oz. I like Wizard of Oz too. It's a great movie. I have nothing against it at all. But he screamed and pussied out. Ralphie, he was confused. Santa didn't know what he wanted because Ralphie wouldn't say, so he said, "How about a nice football, kid?" And he said, "Sure." Pushed him down that fucking hole or whatever it was. Then Ralphie looked up at Santa and said, well, how he wanted the air rifle. And he smiled nicely and all proud. And Santa warned him, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." Folks, there's so many scenes in this film that just literally stuck to the heart. Why? Because the impact of what this movie was able to do is that there's warmth, there's care, there's a character that you can get behind, find relation to, having fantasies that you as a child wanted for so long to happen. Everyone when they were young kids had an imagination. They believed in whatever it is that was on their mind for thus whatever to happen. There was a lot of relation to that. But the thing is, folks, the whole entire plot is Ralphie is reflecting on a time where he was 9 years old on one of the most memorable Christmases of all time. There was really not much of a plot to this particular film, except it's like a coming-of-age story. It's a reflecting on a young kid's Christmas, one fine Christmas when he was a young boy, and all of a sudden, there was just a lot of different shenanigans going on that just ended up sticking. When you were watching the film, one scene to another, you realize that, okay, and you end up getting some laughs, some humor, and surprisingly some enjoyment out of this film. Why? Because the characters had personality. That's why. That was like the main thing why this movie worked. All the characters had personality. You managed to understand who they are thanks to the in-depth detail from the narrator explaining them who these people are. Whether it was a bully or his parents, a little Ralphie's imagination, or his friends at school. Just the detail alone and how he was able to explain them all who these people are and where their background is, how they impacted little Ralphie's life is honestly very nicely described. And I have to give the movie a lot of credit for that. Narration goes a long way. I've said something like that before, and it's true. If there's a narration that's literally going in depth by detail within each scene of what's going on, what's on the thought process, it'll help you understand what's going on a long way. I don't really know what else to go on talking about with A Christmas Story. It's just the movie's memorable for the warm personality of the characters, the narration that was brilliantly done, quotes, the visual scenes of a lot of the things that just stuck out, whether it was like a prop or a particular quote or a mannerism, just things like that was able to stick to, well, what made this movie memorable. At least it got appreciated over time and time again. But honestly, A Christmas Story is one of those movies where I had fun with it. The characters had personality. It made me have some laughs, some good smiles. A little relation here and there of wanting your ultimate fantasies coming to a reality. A lot of memorable quotes that do stick with you around the holidays. But is this one of those movies where you have to watch it 24/7? No, it's just like a running gimmick that's been going on since 1983. So, honestly, for those people out there who really want to know my thought, I honestly give the movie a 4 out of 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to have to do it for my little discussion on A Christmas Story. Let me know down below your thoughts about this particular movie, if you liked it or not, or find it overrated. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts, because it's a very mixed bag with a lot of people. So, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, go fuck yourself.